folks, welcome back to another episode of D-Ray's Garage. We have a beautiful sunny morning out here in the Sonoran Desert, and today's topic is the Numeric shifter box in terms of just general driving impressions. And then I'm going to kind of take it from short shift, lowest shift point here, show you how to extend that out and how much extension that is, and then kind of tell you how I feel about long, short shifting and the Numeric box in general. If you are looking for a install video on the Numeric shifter box for a Boxster or Cayman, I'll link that up here. And for everyone else, let's talk about this shift box. So what's the difference between the Porsche unit and the Numeric unit? At a very high level, in the most basic form, what we're talking about is the difference between a more rubbery, soft feel and a more mechanical, harsh, but in a confidence-inspiring way feel, which is the Numeric version. Also, you can see here, very little play. That wasn't the case in my 9872. And it was a very solid box in the Porsche version. So, like I mentioned in the install video, you would only want to do this if you really want to do two things. One, get that, I think the expression is the rifle bolt action, and or you wanted to put a box in here that'll probably last 2 lifetimes, right? The Numeric box, full metal milled, unit, and very sturdy and will last forever. Whereas in the Porsche situation, there are a couple more plastic pieces, and there is that more rubbery feel. As we dance around the box here, easy to find all the gears. I don't really question which gear I'm in. I can feel it, and that was an immediate thing. And like I said, the stock box would kind of fall into place. I feel like I need to place this a bit more deliberately in there. So for whatever that means to you. I do have a plan to install the Racing Nitro shift unit, and that is a 340-ish gram unit compared to the stock 80 gram shift knob, just this piece here. Very lightweight, and I'm wondering if that could take away some of the effort that it feels like is required when you're punching around in the Numeric box. Not that it's a bad thing, but if you look at the Racing stuff, beautiful metalwork, and really the pinnacle of design. So I have the Nitro box, I have a smooth Delrin wrapper on it, as well as a dimpled version. So I'll try both of those out, see which I like best. Being something of a golfer, I tend to have an emotional connection to the dimples, but nonetheless, the Delrin wrapper is a really useful thing to have here in the desert, where if you do have your car out for any period of time, things do tend to warm up. And certainly warm up is an understatement when we're talking about here in the desert. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull over so we can change up the height of this shift knob, which I have currently at the lowest setting point. Show you how quickly you can kind of mess with that and do so without really having to take your car apart at all. So if I can get in the shade here, hopefully you can see me, but I don't burn up. Let's see if we can get a 2-for-1 on this deal. Getting in the face a little bit. I'm going to go to the end here. Let's turn it around. Oh yeah, get out of that sun. I think you can see me. If not, I'll brighten it up in post. Let's put on this stupid park brake. All right, so I'm not even going to turn the car off. The tools required to make the adjustment here on the Numeric are a little non-marring tool and a 19 mil wrench. And so we're just going to pry up from the rear here. If you haven't done this before, it might be a little stiffer, but it won't be a big effort. Just note that there's 2 clips here in these corners that you're trying to release, and then pull forward, straight up, lifting up the skirt there. So, as you can see, hopefully, we're at the lowest setting point here. So I'm going to release this locking nut, just like that. And then we're just going to spin this up until we can no more. It'll probably fall out. Let's see. All right, so that's basically dancing on top. So we're gonna get a couple threads on there so we're not completely insane. Realign our markers and then drop down this lock nut here. Just a little squeeze. Now I did bring this extra tool here just so we can get a sense of how much difference this makes. So yeah, as I suspected, we're talking about an inch. So the difference in height of this is an inch from top to bottom, meaning highest to lowest setting. You can obviously choose anywhere in between there to your preference and liking. So let's give it a whirl from this high setting and see what the feel difference is. So I'm going to let these cyclists go by, and motorcyclists. Wow, feels different already. Just feels longer. I wonder what the throw length is. That might be interesting for you. So let's start at 5 inches here, right at the middle line, touching out at 7, back to 2.5. So roughly we'll call that a 4.5 inch throw. Obviously it's kind of Fauci science. I made it up a little bit. And then when we go back down lower later on, I'll measure again, if I remember. Let's get out of here. I always love to see the sheriffs out in the morning. Always running out this road because it's so pretty. So immediately here, with the longer version or the extended out shift knob, the effort is down. So if I go back down to 3rd, 4th, so we're getting leverage, right? We're taking advantage of the benefits of leverage to probably eke out that feel there. So no great surprises on that front. Interestingly, where your hand rests kind of is a big deal, kind of matters. And so I do like the feel where I'm resting it down closer here to the unit. For some reason, if you're a control freak, I feel like I'm more in control. So I do like that element when it's further down low. Also feels like more movement, right? As you'd expect, you got a longer stick, you get that more movement. So that might also be part of that less sure-footed feeling I'm getting out of this being in the longer setup. But still can find the gears, no problems. Easy peasy. So like I mentioned, not in love with the longer throw here, so let's go ahead and adjust. You can put a clock on this, I guess, see how long it's taking. So remember, we use a non-marring tool, get that up, release the lock nut, let's screw it up here, zip it all the way down, square it up, so you've got your reverse facing where you want it. Snug it in. Drop the front in here, back in here, drop down your little sack, and you are back to short shifting. I think that's the answer, but let's see what the weighted stuff proves next. So I can't show you because I don't have the right camera, but just trust me, it goes from down to 3.5, the center line that is, 3.5 to 6.5. So 3-inch throw versus about the 4.5 I think it was before. So now you know the difference there too. So, for my money, the Numeric box, I like the confidence, sure-footed feel of these shifts, and I definitely prefer it in this lower setting. Like I said, I could be wrong about this, but I do feel like I did enjoy the smooth, helped, assisted shifts of the standard box, which may seem like a bit of a contradiction, and I think I can re-accomplish that through a more weighted shifter. So let's get the race thing in here, upgrade the design, maybe upgrade some of the feel here, and see how we get along. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be memorable, be well, and I hope to see you on another video soon.